Hey, good morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Welcome to the MLive Morning Weather Update. We're going to do weather up, and we're going to do it up big. Not a lot to talk about, really. We have the rain, and you know about that. We'll kind of go over when that ends and who it hangs on for. In the Southeast, you better get ready for Friday to be kind of a miserable day in Detroit and Ann Arbor, Jackson, maybe Lansing, because it looks like the rain's going to hang on there. But then we get into the weekend, and we all have some pretty good looking weather on the way there. So here it is. We're going to get into the rain today. The southwest corner is just starting to get into it. Jackson, Kalamazoo, and that's heading toward Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids, you'll probably have rain showers here in the next hour to 2 hours at the latest. They're sparse. It's not rain locks in and rains for 3 days. It's still kind of an off and on showery type pattern. Some rain heading up into the UP now out of northern lower Michigan. That's pretty light too. And the main area of rain off to the west. So we go to the models then. Remember, those are all the equations that great mathematicians, a lot smarter than me, have come up with to forecast what the weather is going to do in the future. And here we go. So this is the high resolution rapid refresh radar forecast. Noon right there. All right. Dana Hall says it's raining in Coldwater now. Deb Butcher, good morning. Wonderful weekend to stain 3 decks in Mayo. Yeah, I would say so by Saturday. So this is 1 o'clock this afternoon and 2. So the showers are moving into the Saginaw Valley, Bay City, Midland, the Thumb, maybe toward Traverse City by 2 or 3 this afternoon. And 4 and 5 o'clock, maybe it moves out of the south for a while, out of the southern third of the state, late afternoon and evening. So, and that's my thing that I want you to know. I want you, I heard this, actually, I heard this from my great neighbor, John. He said, and he works outside. He said, a lot of rain this weekend. I said, no, not this weekend. He said, just next 3 days. Yes, next 3 days, rain each day for a period, but not all day long. Probably in any one spot, 3 hours of rain each day today, Thursday, and depending on where you're at, maybe Friday. We'll get to that here in a second. So we're back to this evening, 6 o'clock, 7, 8, 9. Thunderstorms developing in the south as we get into the warm sector and as we head toward 1 in the morning. Thunderstorms could stretch from Traverse City, Manistee, Benzonia, down toward the Detroit, Ann Arbor area. What a time for rain for Bloomfield Hills. Granddaughter plays soccer today, says Pamela Todoroff. Well, if you go into the afternoon in the south, you may dry out for a time period. So hopefully it's a go for you. All right, now we're going to go extended. See what's going on for the weekend. So here is Thursday. We'll have another round of showers and thunderstorms in any one location. And then notice the cold rain is developing in the southeast from Kalamazoo to Flint, south and east. This is Friday morning that you're looking at. Friday morning into early afternoon. And yeah, it looks wet in Coldwater and Jackson, Ann Arbor. Tina Shea, my grandson races in Mason, Michigan. What's the weather for Friday? And there it is, right there, right now, Mason. Ugh. Could be a pretty wet one there. Steady rain, not the thunderstorm type, but the cold rain. Good weekend for dog bowl and balloons over Bavarian Inn then. Calm winds, Nancy Engel. Saturday. We'll look at that here in just a second. So this is Saturday morning. This is a calm wind day, and Saturday looks nice. All along, we've been seeing this little streak of a quick half-hour thunderstorm. Hey, good morning, Wayne Lynch in Petoskey this morning. And So Saturday's a dry day. Sunday, this is Sunday in the afternoon. That's a dry day, and the heat is starting to pour in on a southwest wind. And then this is Memorial Day. This is the morning, and this is the early afternoon, and this is summer. Maybe the thunderstorms across the UP, but lower Michigan, southwesterly wind, and looking real good. Janelle Veer, what about Clarkston on Friday? You're going to probably still be in the showers. Get updated tomorrow because you're right, kind of on the edge of it. But right now, I would say it will be off and on wet in Clarkston on Friday. Tuesday, we stay into the heat. And Wednesday, we stay into the heat. So my little tease there, hot spell coming. I would call it Memorial Day is nice summer weather, 85 to 87. Then Tuesday is in the 90s in a lot of places. Wednesday is in the 90s a lot of places. Tiffany Mae Anderson, hail looks great for the weekend. 5 degrees warmer each day, ending with a summer day. Now, this is late next week. Cold front comes through and ends the hot spell. And that is the good news about Michigan, that we're still in the cold front time of the year where the fronts come through. So we're going to get 2-3 what you would call hot days near 90, and that's early for this time of the year. And then we cool down for a couple of days. So a little something for everybody. Wanted to show you this. This is the 24-hour precipitation, just to let you know what's coming. So from today into tomorrow, I think we're looking at probably a half inch to an inch of rainfall all across the state. Now we get into the temperatures, and here we go. Remember, it's a warming trend as we go to Tuesday, peaks Tuesday and Wednesday, and then starts to cool off from north to south on Thursday. So here's today, mid-70s Kalamazoo. Once those showers push out and you get into the warmer air, it's going to feel very springy there. Other places 60s, and the UP, look, only in the 40s. Now tomorrow, it can't rain all day on a rain forecast day when you have temperatures making it well into the 70s. So that should show you that it's just off and on showers and thunderstorms, but we'll be well in the 70s on Thursday. Friday has that cool stretch where the showers are, with temperatures only struggling to hit 60 degrees. Outside of the showers, if you get some sunshine, you make it towards 70. Saturday, make it into the low 70s. Saturday's not a real warm day, but it's a very nice day. Then here we go to Sunday, and we're looking at temperatures in the 80s. And Memorial Day, we're looking at, like I said, 85 to 87, I think, will be a very common temperature. Lower Peninsula and the UP, except for maybe with the wind off the water right there on the north end of Lake Michigan. This is Tuesday. Yeah, you're seeing the 90s again. Here we go into the heat, and 90s will probably be pretty common everywhere. And Wednesday, yeah, you're seeing the 90s again. You're seeing most places touching 90 and some at 92 and 93 and 94. And this is Thursday. Yep, 90s again as the cold front starts to move into northern Michigan. And then Friday, maybe another cool down. So those of you that feared that just because we had a little nasty stretch of weather there in March and early April, and oh gosh, summer is going to be ruined. And I told you, just hold on. Just relax. We're going to have a summer, and it appears as though, if this is the trend, every hot spell that comes back is a degree hotter, which says that 90s are going to be very common, and it says that the chance of 100, it's been a few years since lower Michigan hit 100. I'd have to look that up. I'm going to say we'll hit it this year somewhere, just based on the fact that Traverse City already made it to 96 degrees a couple of weeks ago. Now, a lot of that has to do with how much vegetation we have filled in on the farm fields. If it's dark and we get really hot, if the farm fields haven't filled in with crops and greenery and we get really hot, then we can make a head toward 100 degrees. And it also has to do with how much rain we get, because if you get wetter soils, it's hard to get to 100. But right now, just based on the fact that each significant warm surge is coming at us and making it into the 90s, I would say that 100 is possible unless we get a pattern change sometime late June or July. There you go. That's the MLive morning weather update with me, Mark Torregrossa. We'll see you back here tomorrow, and we'll get you all straightened out for the weekend. But right now, I would plan on fun, and 5 degrees warmer each day, going from comfortable late spring weather on Saturday to full out summer weather on Memorial Day. Take care.